Hello y'all out there, Backwoods Samurai, coming at you live with a video on a how-to series. You see, my boat can. Yeah, everybody love Backwoods Samurai boat can. And for all y'all that don't know, this thing is made out of wood. If you say it's made out of paper, I will hunt you down and I will beat the crap out of you. Nah, when I just leave a mean comment on you. Or something, but yeah. Well, I'm not going to go into like try to squeeze everything all together in one video now. I'm going to go separate videos on this how-to demonstration. First, get you familiarized. Now this one I know to be 47 3/4 of an inch long. Excuse the washer in the background. My grandma just put in a load of socks, white clothes, I don't know, something. Now, you can plainly see here, grip is quite long. But I'm not going to go into like, hold grip is such and such specifics. I'm going to show you how to hold a blade. The first part of this video is going to be how to grip your sword. Now for a lot of you out there, you probably think that you have to grip it like this, grip it like a baseball bat and swing. No. People, it has a long handle for a reason. If you grip your sword like this, watch. You're very limited what you have to do, and you have to swing your whole body with the blade. No, that ain't right. You shouldn't do that. Now, the correct way to hold a katana, or any two-handed sword in general, well, not two-handed sword, because there are actually some techniques and styles where you have to hold the grip like this, but I'm not getting into that. Focusing on how to grip your sword. You want to grip it like this. With your thumb over your index and middle finger on the top and on the bottom. Now when you grip a sword, always put your dominant hand, for me, this is my right, at the top, and your non-dominant at the bottom. This is for power and pull. And when you're using a katana, the top hand provides the power, the bottom hand provides a little bit more power, but the major source of power comes from your dominant hand. The non-dominant is more for stabilization and pulling the blade away from the target. Because as you pull a sword, as you begin to cut, if you just like swing a blade directly at something, it's not going to cut as well as if you swing, then pull back. I'm going to do a very slow motion of this. You can see, pretend you were going to get cut. My sword has already touched you about here. My sword has already touched you to about here. And as I pull back, not only does the whole blade of my sword cut, but also the cut goes deeper because I'm pulling and cutting at the same time. Now, back to gripping. When you're holding, you might have noticed in another close-up that my hand does not exceed this white collar. Now some sword techniques and cuts that you want to choke up on your sword, but again, a lot of sword techniques don't really involve you choking up. Whacking off there for a second. Yeah, that's just a joke, but you shouldn't choke up on your sword. That also restricts your movement. And if you have to, like, Say for example, you're going to cut like this, and all of a sudden, say you want to swing your sword like that. Now with a rounded guard, it's not a big issue to choke up if your guard is rounded like this one. But if it's like a square guard, you're going to end up stabbing yourself in the hand. Or if it's like a cross guard, you're going to end up stabbing yourself. You want to hold your hand down, a little farther down from the guard, to increase your leverage and increase the power. If you choke up, that decreases the power by a few percentage points. I'm thinking about maybe 2 or 3. That's not really a big if, but when you're swinging a sword to cut something, you want every little ounce of power you can get. And that's pretty useful information to know. Now, in some sword techniques in general, some samurai or swordsmen will hold the pommel of their sword like this, with the pommel with your bottom hand, with the sword only going halfway through your bottom hand and all the way to the top. Now this kind of sword technique, stab my wall. Now this kind of gripping increases your reach by a little bit and increases your leverage. But I don't like it because I then get a full grip on my sword. I've never liked half-hand grip when I'm using a sword because I prefer a more solid, full grip. Now, quick refresher. Don't do this. This is wrong. This ain't a baseball bat, people. This is a sword. You can do this, but it's not recommended. It decreases your leverage. Also decreases your reach a little bit. See how I got a little, like an inch or so more space. And in like a sword fight or cutting competition, an inch more distance between you could mean the difference between defeat and victory. Now, I'm also going to be doing a how to cut with a sword and how to clean a sword a little later on. Right now, gripping. And you might have seen like some people, they'll do this or something, like lock their hands together. No. This also decreases your flexibility. See how my flexibility and ability to react to oncoming targets is decreased? But if I did something like this, you can see I have much more range of motion, much more flexibility, and I can attack a lot easier. Now, I'm going to also be doing a how to draw and cut video. How to draw and wear your sword. But that's going to be later on, since I don't want this video to exceed too much time. So, till next time, Backwoods Samurai, tell all y'all, be crazy right now, and be safe when using your weapons. I'm out. Peace.